Welcome back to Field Commander. I'm gonna try to stay positive after that boring slog because we do have an interesting set of missions coming up this time around. Let's get right into it.
We have an urgent situation, Commander. A plane carrying several high-level government officials has gone down in the mountains. The emergency transponder is reporting the location as here. Yet our satellites cannot pick up any images of the plane's wreckage.
Maybe you're just pointing at the wrong spot on the map.
Reported by our field operatives. Because we cannot see the area, we may not be able to help you on this mission. I'm sure you remember Scavenger, probably better than you want to.
I remember this game better than I want to. No, that was just a joke. I'm gonna stay positive. Oh, look, it's Eagle. For real this time. Huh? Lightning Strike? I wish they had Lightning Strike. It would probably be a little more difficult.
Good hunting, Commander.
This is, in fact, explicitly a route mission as there are no HQs on this map. In fact, it's pre-deployed with only one city on this map, which sounds interesting, but they unfortunately didn't execute it well enough to get me to consider it a really great map. But, you know, let's get into it. The Thunder Strikes. They get poor terrain and capture slowly, but they have less cost and really great air units. The map can actually turn into something extremely annoying if they get their CO powers off. Not the regular power. The regular power just causes one air unit to blow up in order to damage adjacent units, which is kind of interesting. But the super gives them 2 free air units, 2 free stealth fighters. If you lose the one anti-air unit you have and they get that CO power off, then you just have no choice but to wait for the fighters to run out of fuel. It's very, very annoying.
We found an abandoned control room and city to the north, Commander. You may want to check it out.
So, what was this mission about again? We were searching for a crashed plane? I think we found it! Okay, it's nice that they modeled a crashed plane for the little extra detail in this map, but seriously, how did nobody notice it was there? I mean, you'd think it'd be pretty hard to miss a crashed plane in the middle of wherever. Anyhow, let's get our recons out there so we have some extra vision. I can in fact confirm that putting an infantry on a mountain does not give it more vision, which is, you know, I guess they just didn't think of that little detail, but it was a great detail in the original games. Anyhow, we can just move forward. It's pretty safe to simply move all your guys forward. We have a couple snipers in this map, so I'm going to put them into stealth straight away, because if they are stealthed when they enter a transporter, like the T-copter or the recon, they will still be stealthed when they exit the vehicle. It's kind of intriguing to think about. So this mission has another one of the silo weapons, which you don't actually have to bother with capturing because it'll never be useful to you. It's right over here. The EMP blast is the same as the concussion blast, except this one works on vehicles and C units. There aren't any C units on this map, and there are a very low number of vehicles, so, you know, who cares? Let's get our stealths into position. I want to put him someplace where he can, well, actually that should be a very good location for him. And we do want to capture that city there. It doesn't do anything really, but it is the one location that you're going to get on this map that will actually repair units of any kind. So, it's kind of important. And you got to be careful with the one gunship you get too, because they have rockets. Surprise! Don't you just love ambush mechanics? I do. Okay, so... Okay, we can fire on this gunship here. Hey, look, a scripted event! Very easy to see these coming.
Sorry for the delay getting you the tank busters, Commander. It won't happen again.
Booyah! Thanks for the
Booyah!
shell case. Not a second too late.
Wow, you gave us free bombers. That's so cool. I don't actually need these. I mean, thanks for the free bombers, but I don't really need them. I'm just gonna be here blowing everything up.
Ready, sir. Ready.
Jeez. Well, they tried. They tried to be all, like... You know, they try to get you to appreciate the NPCs by having little things like that, but it's just, you know...
Sir. Yes, sir.
I will load stealth number 2 into here. The recons can move up a little bit.
Ready, sir.
And we move on. Oh, is he going to be able to... Oh yeah, he is. This game, I think it... I didn't mention it before, but this game actually has vision similar to that of Days of Ruin, which is, you know, I think this game came out way before Days of Ruin, so I don't know if Intelligent Systems took something from this game. It'd be really bizarre if they did. Then again, I've been getting the kind of impression that Intelligent Systems has stolen from fan games in the past. You know, given that some of the mechanics in Fire Emblem Awakening seem to have been lifted from a ROM hack of Sacred Stones called Fire Emblem Girls. But, yeah, I suppose I'll leave it at that and get back on topic. So let's see here. There's a rocket in there somewhere, and I want to at least find it. I'll put that there so it can ambush somebody, because the ambush mechanics are still awful. I'm gonna harp on this every time, by the way. Now, the tough part is gonna be, where do I drop the sniper? Because if it gets revealed, it can't fire its rifle. There should be good. Hello, rockets! Thank you so much for waltzing right into my range.
Sir. Ready. Yes, sir. Ready, sir.
Let's see how much damage this thing does. Does a decent amount of damage to the rocket launcher, which is, a little on the strange side, I suppose. Not completely out there, but still. I am actually going to use the rocket... Okay, the rocket launcher cannot attack the terrain. I didn't know that. No big deal. Those rockets are going to be really difficult to deal with. Suppose I'll leave these where they are. I might take a bit of a heavy hit here. So I'll do what damage I can. And I'm going to lose the anti-air. That is actually not good. I already mentioned that if you lose the anti-air, it's not going to be good for you if they get their Super CO power off. Fortunately, they decided not to attack it at all. Okay then. Fair enough. You care more about the other units. So I guess... This AI. Still, this isn't the worst mission in the world. I can think of way worse levels in this game. Can we end it here? Nope. There was a chance we could have, but it didn't pan out. So yeah, here's the CO power. And he goes in stealth right next to my unit, thereby... See, this isn't like the Advanced Wars stealth where the fighter can't be attacked by anything other than a fighter or another stealth. Although there's that anti-aircraft gun in the way, so if I want to blow that thing up, and I can't blow it up yet apparently. So things are going to get a little tricky here. I refuse to use the bombers, though, because I'm weird like that. Yeah, this is unfortunate. This might turn into one of those I have to wait a bunch of turns for the fighters to run out of fuel. Unless I can fire at them. I can certainly fire at one and not actually kill it. Oh, this is not going to be good. I sense I'm going to be using the speed up function. Can I fire it with a rocket? Good. That's good. And there's the other one. So as long as that unit stays right where it is, we'll be fine. Or not? That's in range, isn't it? Do you have to... Oh, the gunship can fire at the fighter. I didn't know that. But it's in range, so... It is in range, isn't it? I'm out of ammo! Oh. Okay, I get it now. But he's almost out of fuel. So, that's the end.
Passengers were taken to a nearby hospital thanks to you, Commander. Looks like we've got some trouble with our satellites. We'll get right on that. Your success on this mission has saved many lives, Commander. After we
at this point, I realized that I didn't pay attention to the plot at all, but it actually does kind of feel like you're accomplishing stuff, at least from a story perspective. So, it's got that going for it, but whatever. They let you switch to the other mission path if you want to, for some reason, probably because they think the upcoming map is extremely difficult. And on your first try, it probably is.
Hello, Commander. Glad to see you back at base, but don't unpack yet. We have another satellite situation. It seems weather birds over the eastern sea aren't reporting back to meteorologists.
What were you using as a weather bird? A pigeon?
To hijack this type of technology, we believe they have something to do with the satellite malfunctions. This is the blackout area. As you can see, the conditions look mild. However, reports from the...
Well, there's no weather condition on this stage, so...
37-foot storm surge. Many people who could have been evacuated if they'd been forewarned are now in serious danger.
This means nothing in gameplay, so I don't know why you're going on about it.
Your mission lies here. You can either take over enemy HQ or destroy all enemy units.
Lies!
You're on your own this time. No extra units or new divisions to use. We believe that Red Claw is the enemy CO involved in this area. You may remember that Red Claw has no great love for his troops, often sending them into suicide missions.
Well, neither do I.
He is quick to anger, making him easy bait. Last we heard, he was commanding the 54th Assault Division, known as the Bandits. This is a
No, not the bandit excuse. Nah, I'm joking.
Don't let their worn equipment fool you. They're a smart and lethal unit. As you can see, Commander, you're outgunned on this mission, but
he means it.
Faith that you're the person for the job. Good luck, soldier.
So, this map might be a little familiar to anybody who watched my playthrough of the Advanced Wars 2 War Room hack from 2012? But first, let's check out the enemy CO. Oh, the day-to-days are better land units, but weak air and infantry units. Okay. The CO powers are boring. Well, I suppose double your movement is, in fact, pretty powerful.
Well, as I thought, this is a Shadow Nation base. We're short-handed, Commander, so I've called in a large-scale satellite strike.
I thought your satellites were out of commission. What's going on?
With all due respect, General, calling in a full satellite assault might do more damage than good. We could lose valuable information.
I'm clear on the details, Spider, but it's too late. We've already ordered the strike. The Army has already taken too many risks to try to fight its way into the base.
Well, you've got me with you, so you could just let my genius tactics... Ugh.
Commander, get your division ready. We need to be in and out of the island before the satellite strike.
Yes, so they decided to change the objective on you. Instead of just rout or capture HQ, it's capture HQ, then get out of the island? Yeah, it's weird. So this map, besides having the most annoyingly epic music ever, was actually the inspiration for one of the maps I submitted to the Advanced Wars 2 War Room hack of 2012 by Xenesis Xenon and a couple of other people. You can see my playthrough of it on my channel, but it's a little bit different in Field Commander than it was in Advanced Wars. Now, when I played through this map originally back when I had a copy of this game, it was extremely difficult to me. Like, I had no idea what I was supposed to be doing. And that was mostly due to me playing it like an Advanced Wars map instead of like a Field Commander map. In Field Commander, well, first of all, this entire body of water is river instead of ocean, so your mechs can walk onto it. And since your mechs are indirect in this game, that's going to be the main thing we'll be using to get ahead in this stage. But I actually do like this level's design. It's going to be really easy once you like figure out a strategy for it and everything, but until then, where do I drop them? Oh, here we go. You know, you actually do have to put a little thought into your strategy for this stage, which puts it above other Field Commander maps in my opinion, because a lot of them have just been me being on autopilot until this point. Of course, the Advanced Wars version that wound up being used in the ROM hack is like way out there, especially since Calder, Xenesis made Calder the enemy CO. I will never understand his thought process in doing that, because the thing was near impossible with Calder. Of course, you don't have to deal with that here, so I suppose I should get back on topic. Alright, so this map is also broken by, what else? Terrible AI. I mean, look at this, they're running away. But they do have lots of anti-aircraft guns, so we do need to... Oh yeah, another thing. There are snipers. I should have mentioned that this map originally had stealth snipers, which is not really... It's not a good thing for as far as level design goes. And this is probably going to look completely suicidal, but I guess I have no choice. Let's lay down some mines. That'll stall them a little bit. And there's another one here. Fortunately, they die in one hit to just about anything. I have a feeling I'm going to need these two grunts. Fortunately, the division I'm using has CO power that lets them place more grunts wherever they can see things. Alright, so that plan paid off. Oh, except for the fact that I got hit by the rocket launcher. So yeah, this map is both good and bad in numerous ways. And they didn't hit the bomber at all. course, you've got to use some care in your unit placement, because I don't know where they put the snipers. Let's scout them out. There we go. Suppose I'll just take it out. So yeah, not the best map, but at least some thought is required in how you approach it. I suppose that... my bomber could destroy that anti-air. I mean, obviously your air units aren't going to last forever with the amount of anti-air stuff that's, like, everywhere on this stage. That's all of them, I suppose. See what he does. Actually, come to think of it, he's supposed to have a... the enemy CO is supposed to have a quote here. But we haven't heard it yet. This AI is making some pretty bad decisions, though, all things considered. They haven't shot at the air units at all. I really do think this music is annoying, too. Oh, that was lucky.
Ready, sir.
Let's see. Should I focus the, That is also lucky. Although it was probably just a coin flip. Okay, let's keep going. I can afford to go all out on this. After all, that HQ is in range now. The rocket decides to just move closer. Oh, this is what triggers it. Okay.
You think you can beat me? Do you know how strong we are? Obviously not.
Dude, your HQ is being overrun. You're almost already dead. You know, making the trigger for your scripted event where he says that anti-air destroys air unit is not a good idea when you consider that that might not happen for a while. So yeah, it probably looks super easy, but if you were playing this blind, oh man, it wouldn't be fun. So, I wonder if routing is an auto win after all, because nope, there isn't a single enemy unit left, but we still gotta capture and then get out.
Finished yet, Commander. You need to get the entire army off the island.
Not really sure how much sense that actually makes, because all the units are gone. I know they called in the satellite strike or whatever, but come on.
Commander, the strike will commence in 5 rounds.
I suppose it's also worth noting that if that you could theoretically win the map by having the final unit on the island be destroyed. In theory, anyways.
Very valuable. You're a brave soldier, Commander. Good work.
Apparently, the satellite strike's targeting system is so good that it can hit one square on the map that it wants
We're
to.
lucky to have you here at Atlas, Commander. Your skills are unrivaled. Great work.
If you think my skills are unrivaled, you should try me in Advanced Wars DS.
Again, you've helped millions. By ousting Shadow Nation from the area and regaining control of the satellite systems, people whose lives depend on knowing weather patterns are breathing a little easier tonight.
The weathermen will actually be correct this time.
The satellite systems. The only question left is how are they doing it? Well, I'm sure with your help we'll figure it out. Good night, Commander.
I'm just the muscle of the army, don't you worry. Alright, so I'm gonna... Did I save? I didn't save, apparently. So they bring you back to Mission Select again, but I'm gonna save number 46 for next time. I figure if I do too many of these in one go, then I'll just be dead silent for most of it, and you don't want that. I'll see you next time for mission, I don't know the actual number, but it's listed as 46 here.